integrity over everything. Service before self. Excellence everywhere. You get to choose what you're going to be an overbeliever in. All right, here we go. I got 2 words for you today. 2 words, here they are. Define or refine. Define or refine. When I ask you a question today, here it is. When you think of adversity, what comes to your mind's eye? When the idea of adversity comes, do you think about specific experiences? Maybe the adversity that would come from failed expectations. You let your parents down. Let your coach down. You failed to do the thing you thought you would do, the thing that you felt the pressure to accomplish, and the adversity that might come from that. Maybe you think about an opponent or a challenging workout. When you think of adversity, maybe your mind goes to, that is a thing that I must avoid at all costs. Perhaps when you think of adversity, you think about how negative and bad it is and something that you don't want in your life. And so you do anything and everything you can do to avoid it. Or maybe you've been listening to me for a while, been getting in, and you've been building that growth mindset. And when you think of adversity, you think there's a challenge. Let's go game on. Let me bring my best to it. Whatever you think of, when you think of adversity, I want you to understand this very true thing. How you think about adversity will determine the outcome of adversity in your life. And we understand this in the game of sports, because we've all been there where we've had one bad pitch, one bad shot, one missed assignment, and all of a sudden it gets in our minds. All of a sudden we start negative self-talking. All of a sudden we start doubting, and we let the adversity of getting something wrong define the rest of our play, and one bad shot turns into 15. All of a sudden, one bad play turns into a bad quarter because we allow ourselves to be boxed in and defined by our adversity. But don't you know, when we choose to see adversity not as a bad thing, something that must be avoided at all costs, but when we allow adversity to be something that refines us, that makes us more of what we can become, when we have one bad pitch, rather than letting that turn into 15, we hit pause, we take 5 and step back and say, wait a minute, that didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. My expectation did not meet my reality, and I ask why until I know why. Why did this not go the way I thought it was? What surprised me about this? What did I not see coming? And as you learn from the adversity, you forget the loss and you remember the lesson and you move forward. And all of a sudden, adversity, rather than being this negative and bad thing that boxes you in, it becomes a gift. It teaches you something you otherwise would not have known. It gives you a strength, a resilience that you would not have had you not gone through it. Again, we see this in sports all the time, in the weight room, in conditioning, the adversity of working out. There's nothing good or bad about it, because 2 people can go through the same workout and get 2 totally different results. One person is afraid of the adversity. They box themselves in and say, I can't work that hard. I can't do this. I don't have what it takes. I don't want to. And they're boxed in and defined by their adversity. They don't work as hard. They don't get the results, and their spirits are crushed because of the adversity, because of the workout. And then the other person can go through the same workout and recognize, as tough as this is, as hard as this is, I know that by breaking down and pushing my limits, I become stronger. I know that by going through this challenge, when I get to the game, my workout was harder than the game. So when I get to the game, I don't have to worry about how hard it is, because no matter how hard the game is, I know I've already worked harder in practice. I have been given the strength and the gift of adversity that allows me to go and do and become that which I can. I want you to see the power of changing our mindset around adversity. When we let it define us, it boxes us in and we're limited. But when we let it refine us, all of a sudden it becomes a tool, a classroom, a way for us to become more than we already are. And if it's true in the game of sports, you got to understand it's true in the game of life. because there are a lot of you, and I know because I've talked to you, who walk around and who define yourselves by your past mistakes. That you walk around defining yourself by the ways that you have fallen short, defining yourself by the ways you've let people down, defining yourself by your past poor choices. And because you do that, you tell yourself, I can't become more than what I've been. I can't become more than my past failures, more than my past regrets, more than my past mistakes. And you box yourself in, defined by the adversity, mistakes, failures, and bad choices you've made in your life. And hear me, you are more than that if you choose. You can choose to be refined by your past. Even if you spent the last 30 weekends acting like a bonehead, you can make the choice today to learn from those past 30 to change your next 30 if you choose. All of a sudden, it doesn't have to be your identity anymore that you can't hold up in the big moment, that you aren't trustworthy. You can take all of your big moment failings, all of your untrustworthiness, and use that, learn that to become a big moment person, to become a trustworthy person if you choose. It takes no talent, but it does take a choice. That you would change your mindset. And in the face of adversity, choose to not let it define you, but refine you. Listen to me, friends. Adversity can be a gift. As hard and unfortunate as sometimes it is, it can give you something that you otherwise would never have. Some of you have gone through some tough adversities. Adversities I wouldn't wish on anyone. And yet, because you've gone through them, you have strengths that no one else has. Use those strengths. Let adversity be something that has happened for you, not to you, so that you can reach your goals and serve others. Listen to me, friends. I don't know your goals or dreams, big or small, short-term or long, but I do know this, that if you want to find success in the game of sports, in the game of life, well, it's not complicated. It's as simple as two words. When adversity comes, you got to choose, define or refine. Let's have a good one today.